Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to speak about the announcement that OM Digital Solution made on the 27th of October. OM Digital Solution is ex-Olympus, well, not ex, well, yes, well, no, well, this company that's new, that is not new, okay, they issued a name for their product, okay, and also they gave some hints about the future wow camera, as they call it. So I'm going to speak about this. Let's start. Relax, easy. I see people having a heart attack every time Olympus or OM Digital the solution is telling something. A year and a half ago, something like this, when they announced they were selling their photography branch and audio and binoculars, people were already telling that this company was going to disappear. It was big panic everywhere, okay? Then now they announce a new name, big panic again. So relax. First of all, when Olympus said they were selling their photography and audio and binocular branch, they did say that a new company would be created. It has been done in September last year or something like this, or December, I can't remember. And the new name, as you know, is OM Digital Solution. But they also said that a new name would need to be created or used instead of Olympus. So on the product, they will not be called Olympus anymore. They would have a new name, okay? So no panic. This was already said. What is sure is that I think OM Digital Solution did not need to make all this hype about the new announcement, and many people were expecting a camera and did not expect a new name. So the new name is OM System. So some people start telling OM System, what a horrible name, that will never work. Oh, well, these marketing guys have no clue, they invent new things, they have no idea, all this. Relax. Here, this is a screen capture from Google. OM System is a brand that already existed. These filters are called OM System Olympus 30 years ago. So Olympus name disappears, but OM System is almost the same logo, okay? Same name, same logo. So this name already existed, and it had probably its success at that time. This is probably why they've chosen to use it again. So this is not a new name, this is a reused name, okay? A brand they had already registered probably and designed all this, but the name is back now. So it's not new, it existed already, okay? So from now on, all new products created by OM Digital Solution will bear this name, whether it's cameras, lenses, audio recorders, or binoculars. Product that already existed, they will still be labeled as Olympus. Okay, this is just for new products. So before announcing new cameras, new products that were not planned with the former company, this is logical to announce the new name for the product, which is OM System. So up to now, nothing to worry about. It was all planned, all said long time ago that a new name would be communicated, and it has been done. So second reaction from some people, yeah, system, this means new system, incompatibility. Well, he said, the president of OM Digital Solution, I don't know his name, I don't speak Japanese, I could not pronounce it anyway, said new brand. They never said new system. It's called system. They never said anything new as a system. Not a new system, that's a new brand. It means some people saying that there will not be any new compatibility with future camera. This is stupid. First the guy said, the president said, it will be Micro Four Third. Micro Four Third is not property of Olympus or OM Digital Solution. It's an agreement between several companies, which is Panasonic, ex-Olympus, now OM Digital Solution, hard for me to say it, okay, and some other companies. So from the second this president says it will be Micro Four Third, obviously it has to be compatible. Second, let's think just a bit, okay? Why would you buy a company to get their existing clients, existing knowledge, existing system, existing products and then do something different that is not compatible with this, with the risk of losing their client base, losing compatibility, so people go away because they see their gear, their lenses are not compatible with the new system. Obviously, this is stupid. They would create a new company from scratch with new product from scratch and would not bother buying a company. So obviously, this will be compatible. Maybe one day they'll get another system as Panasonic has started to be full frame, okay? But it is another story. Right now, it's obviously compatible. Second, do you think that a company that survived by miracle being sold, and luckily it was sold and now it's better, I think, can afford to, as well as new bodies, camera bodies, create a new lens system? Because you cannot issue just one lens, you need to have 6, 7, 10 for a start. So this is not financially logical. Obviously the system will be compatible, so I don't think there is anything to worry about, and people should stop speculating about things like this. It sounds like some people, they just want OM digital solution to disappear so they can say, I lost my money, they want to be victims. Come on, this company is going ahead, okay? So far it's not in worse situation than Nikon, for example, okay? So let's speak about that. So I think nothing to worry about. Now, there's one important announcement in this announcement, in the one important thing. It was not too long, but the president said they would announce a new camera body, and they call it a wow camera. Well, I don't like the wow camera because I think it's a bit pretentious. But I understand that so many people have been spitting on Olympus or OM digital solution that they need to say, come on, I'm going to show you a camera and you're just going to shut up because you will be so surprised, so amazed. So I need to tell already it will be a wow camera. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think OM digital solution needs a wow camera. So people were nagging about the brand or telling it will disappear really soon. They need to see this product to believe in the future of the company. So okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to tell now is not what I bet the camera will be like, but what I think the camera should be like. I'm not doing speculation. I'm doing some I would like to, because I think to be a wow camera you need that. So I'm going to tell you what would be the specs in my opinion. First of all, if you want to be a wow camera, you must compete with top of the range cameras, which is Canon R5, Sony Alpha 1, Nikon Z9, Fujifilm probably X-H2 when it comes out. Did I say Panasonic? Panasonic, well, they're top of the range, full frame range probably, compete there, okay? A camera that people say, whoa, okay, forget about the R5, I'll get this one. Okay, well, forget about the Z9, I'll get this one. So what do you need in there? First, you need to compete in the 40 megapixel range, not below. But putting 40 megapixel in a micro four thirds sensor is a bit risky, noise-wise, all that. But remember that Sony last year or this year said they were creating, or they have created, I'm not sure, a 40 megapixel stacked sensor. So I would probably bet to get this sensor in that camera. Bet or need this sensor, okay? Why? Because stacked sensor, I'm going to speak in a really simple way, okay, simplistic way. When you have just one layer, actually this layer does everything. Gathering light, managing light, carrying the information to the processor, all this. When you have stack sensor, you have like 2 or 3 layers, okay, let's say 2. One will be in charge of getting the picture, gathering light for the picture, but the other one is there to manage it, to transport it, to analyze it, or whatever, to the processor, okay? So it means less job. So it means you can actually get more megapixel on the main one. So that's a good point. So I think they will need a stack sensor I bet they will get a 40 or I think they need a 40 million pixel. Although I don't need 40 million pixel, I think to fight in this crazy market of megapixel war, they need it. Okay. Second, if you want to seduce really video makers that actually buying the R5 or the Sony A1, you need to get 8K video, 8K, and you need it without crop, with really advanced features. Olympus products up to now were not really that advanced video wise, so they need to get something really better. Not cropped, not everything, no overheat problem, something that works and that is really good, and really good log profile, ProRes, anything they may need. Okay, to have all that, they need that. Then to seduce people who are doing sport photography, animal photography, all this, they need to better even more their autofocus. They bettered it already with the EM1X with the bird detection, but they need more than that. I think that train also, but they really need like bird detection, train detection, planes, sports, specific sports or whatever. They need really a wonderful autofocus. And I think for that they will need to use LiDAR, which is a laser system, the same as you can find on iPhone Pro and Pro Max, 12 and 13, okay? And you can precisely know how far is an object from the camera. And they need that. They really need that to have a precise autofocus. So I bet they will get something like this, or I think they must put something like this. I should not say I bet, because this is not speculation. I think they need that. They also need star tracing and star tracking. As you can move the sensor, because of the IBIS, the sensor is floating, they could actually move it to follow stars. There are already some cameras doing star following, star tracing or tracking. I think they need to. So this way they can get sharper images during a longer exposure. So it means for astrophotography they would gain some interested clients probably. When I spoke about 40 million pixel and about the sensor actually moving because of stabilization, you know that Olympus had high resolution. It's about 4 times the native resolution in EMX1 and the M1X and the M1 Mark III. You can get up to 80 million pixel raw file. It just moves sensor shift, okay? But in this case, with 40 million, they would reach 160 million pixel, which is, I think, really good. They also need to better a lot their stabilization. Olympus product IBIS is the best I've seen ever, but the competition is getting better and better and closer every day. I think they're getting there almost. So Olympus, OM system, needs better, even better stabilization. So they have to work on that to do it even more crazy, okay? They need to change memory cards. I would not like to, but I think they need to. They need some CF Express or something like this to manage 8K and 40 million pixel images. They do need better and faster memory cards. And two, obviously 2 slots, okay? So they need it. I think they could use LiDAR and focus stacking to put even more artificial intelligence in the camera. And you could do a handheld picture with focus stacking, and then in post-production or after making the picture, decide where the point of focus is. There are some cameras already doing that, but they are more experimental than professional products. But I think this is a way of fighting against smartphones that do that, like the iPhone, okay? You actually get the picture and after you decide where you want it in focus. If they could get that in this Olympus, that would be a big step ahead and a big wow, okay? So I think they need that. They definitely need that. Burst rate, they can get right now up to 60 images per second, but you get focus following on the autofocus on the first picture, and then it has to keep in the same plane. Otherwise, if the subject moves forward or backward, then it's out of focus. If you want to have the continuous autofocus with a sustained burst rate, you need to drop a lot the amount of image per second. So I think they need to better that, and to be able to get 40 or 50 images per second with continuous autofocus, not on the first picture only, but the full series. Okay. Obviously, to seduce Sony user, they need to go a lot higher in ISO. Although I don't need it, I think they do need it, because although you have a great IBIS, when you have action photography, you cannot drop speed anyway because the subject is moving, so you do need to be able to push a lot more the ISO. Okay, so they need to better that. Another point, flash synchro on the Olympus is 250th of a second, and when you go with electronic shutter, it drops a lot, so then it's not as good. So far in electronic shutter, you have the Alpha A1 that is getting 1/200th of a second, but when they have mechanical shutter, they get 1/400th of a second. And you have the new Z9 by Nikon that has no mechanical shutter and has 1/200th of a second, well, 200th of a second synchro flash with their electronic shutter. So I think Olympus OM system needs to get this 400th of a second mechanical shutter synchro, and minimum 200th of a second electronic shutter synchro. They need to do that. So I think this is more or less what I think they need. Some people will watch the video, will tell, no, you need also this and that, all this. This is the first thing that come to my mind to be really a camera. You look at it, you use it, you say, wow. Some part we don't need it. Okay, most of these new parts I'm speaking about, I don't need them myself, but I'm speaking of a wow camera to compete with other cameras that are considered as flagship. Okay, so it's really important. This is what OM system needs to be to really stun people. Second, last, the price. Price needs to be okay. They cannot go over the top. The latest lenses, like the 8 to 25 millimeter, is almost the same price or close price to the 7 to 14 millimeter 2.8, and I think this 8 to 25 is too expensive, and latest product has been too expensive to seduce people who are willing to pay for equivalent in other brands, and especially full frame brands. Okay, so I think the price should not be over the Canon R6. They should be around 2,500 euros, no more than that. Otherwise, people will not gamble to go with this brand, with OM system, because so many people have left Olympus. Some people still come to Olympus, but these are hard times in general, not just for this brand. So to have someone to decide to go with OM system with this new flagship, the price must be really acceptable, and I think it should not be over 2,500 euros. Otherwise, I think it's really risky. Well, these were my ideas, my opinion, my expectation, more than speculation, my expectation to have really what I could call a wow camera. Thank you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. I'll also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links to everything I've reviewed by K&F Concept and Sendmark, and a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.